My dear ones, uh, today, October 1st, we, along with the holy protection of the Mother of God, we also celebrate the great, one of the greatest saints that left for us a huge treasure. And before Romanos praised God the Word, and now he praises God with the holy angels. The greatest hymnographer of the Church, of the Christian Orthodox Church, called the pander of Christianity, the Orthodox Church ranked him among the saints, and his memory is honored every year on October 1st. Unfortunately, information about the life of Saint Romanos is is very short. He lived either in the 6th century AD during the reign of Emperor Anastasius the first, or according to another version, in the 8th century AD during the reign of Emperor Anastasius II. So what we know that he was born in Emesa, today Syria, and according to an anonymous hymn, he was of a Jewish origin. So he was a Jew who converted to Orthodox Christianity. So initially, he served as a deacon in the Church of Beirut. Later, he moved to Constantinople and stayed in the cells of the Church of the Theotokos, of the Mother of God in Vlachernes. So Saint Romanus had modest education, and his poetic talent was still unknown. However, he was deeply devoted to the holy memory of the Virgin Mary, and he regularly attended the all-night vigils at the Church of the Theotokos in Vlacherne. During one of these vigils, on Christmas Eve, his soul was filled with reverence. And we have to mention here that initially he didn't have a sweet voice for chanting. His chanting was uh, not pleasant to listen to. So many people, when he would start the petitions as a deacon, so not him again. Um, and But he was very good-hearted, and as I mentioned, he loved God and especially Theotokos so much. And so at the church of the Theotokos during the vigil on the Christmas Eve, his soul was filled with reverence. And when he returned to his cell, he prayed in front of the icon of the Theotokos and asked for her intercession. And then he had a dream in which the Virgin Mary offered him a book and told him to consume it, to swallow it. Under the influence of this dream, uh, he had a miraculous experience. Right after waking up from this dream, he started composing hymns and chanting beautifully, like never before. When he started chanting in the church, the people were looking to each other and questioning who is chanting. So Saint Romanus composed the hymn for Nativity of Christ. Today the Virgin give birth to the Transcendent One, and the earth offers the cave to the unapproachable. From that moment, the poetic inspiration of Saint Romanus remained undiminished, and he became the most prominent and greatest composer of hymns in our Orthodox Church. Saint Romanos wrote approximately 1,000 compositions, and unfortunately, only 1/10 of which have survived today. His themes were diverse. He praised almost all the saints and the feasts of the Church, of the Christian Orthodox Christian Church, um, exhaustive in his creativity and wealth of ideas. He knew how to bring originality even to the most common subjects. The material, which was sometimes lacking in grace, um, events, and the life of saints, could be transformed by him into a vivid, dramatic scene. The figures of the saints, as well as those of the Virgin Mary and Christ, are presented as absolutely alive without anything dead or otherworldly about them. The poetry of Saint Romanos the Melodist expresses the spirit of his time, the desire and hopes of the people of that era. For this reason, his work is examined not only from a religious or a literary, literary perspective, but also from a historical and a folkloric one. His language is simple, without grand eloquence, and when rhetorical length appears as necessitated by the liturgical requirements of the time, it is done without causing fatigue. In general, his phrases carry a certain plasticity, rich in meaning, executed with flawless technique, as expressed experts as the experts are acknowledging. So the famous uh, Byzantine professor Krumbacher uh, praised Romanos, stating that criticism had declared Saint Romanos the Melodist as the greatest poet of the Byzantine era, a true painter of his time. He possessed an inexhaustible wealth of ideas and a surprise plasticity of expression, a rich and powerful language, and a treasure trove of harmonious and artistic rhythms. Saint Romanos the Melodist used the poetic form known as the church hymn and gave it its most perfect shape. The hymn consists of conduction, a hymn form, the Ike verses, and the Ephemion refrains based on the law of isosyllabism and homotony. Along with the poetic text, he also composed the music or adapted new poems to older musical compositions. Thematically, his works primarily refers to events of the life of Christ and sacred figures from the scriptures, as well as the life of the saints, and especially hymns dedicated to the Theotokos. So this type of poetry still dominates the Orthodox Church hymnography today by the intercessions of the holy and righteous Romanos the Melodist. May God have mercy on us. Amen.